Hey guys, Chandra here, and today we got some tarot card readings to do. And first one up here is we're just going to go with first initials, by the way. So the first one is for G, and so in this episode we're just going to focus on the one. And he's got a question here, and this is work related, it's job related, and basically he needs to give an answer to D because he was offered a salary that he didn't really care for the salary, but he feels like he needs to accept it if B isn't going to take further steps. So he just wants to know, like, is he going to be happier with one group versus the other group? And the first group starts with a G and the second group starts with an A. So let's just kind of focus in on that, like see where he's going to be at with it, see about, is this going to happen? And, should he stay where he's at, or should he hold out and wait for the HR team with B? Okay. Okay, so first thing that we get is it's a situation with some action happening right now. So there's a lot of movement here. The knights are very, very fast. The wands are extreme energy, like very fast moving, fast-paced energy is what we're getting. That's our situation right now. So it seems like there's got to make a decision, got to get going with it. And what is it going to be? And it's kind of where it's kind of the energy is kind of getting right there, kind of meeting at that place. The action and stuff to take right now, as far as all of this business is concerned, is this King of Swords right here. You need to be the king. Okay, so the king, a lot of times people think of king, they're not too, king is not, in the West anyway, king is not really considered like a really positive thing. It's almost like, oh, we're going to be ruled by this king, this dictator, that type of an energy. But the reality is with a king, and this is what the cards are saying to you, is that the king is really one that has a plan and sticks to the plan. And the reason there's a king is because decisions need to be made, order needs to be followed. There needs to be a plan, and the king is the person most qualified to operate that plan. And that's essentially what the tarot is telling you here. You need to have some kind of a plan. And the plan is one that has to be thoughtfully laid out. How do we know that? Well, it's the King of Swords. Swords are all about thoughts, ideas. So right now you need to get in your mind a little bit. Free yourself of any negativity whatsoever. Remember, the cards are in your favor. So I'm seeing all of this play out really nicely for you. So cards are in your favor. So ideally what you want to do, like right now, in this present moment, this is the present moment position as well. In this particular situation, you want to hold tight right now, but you want to have a plan, and you don't want to follow other people's plans. You want other people to follow your plan. Why? Because you're the king. The king is the one that's the authority, the one that's in control. So if you were given anything, like as far as a salary, they lowballed you, they didn't give you exactly what you were looking for. You think this other company is going to be more willing to give you something better, you can hold out for that if you want. There's no problem with that. But as far as giving like decisions and that kind of stuff, as far as like that, everything is negotiable. But here's the thing. You are the one in control of this situation. It's not either group. You are the one that needs to make a decision. And it has to be kind of a mental decision for you. It's not an either or with this. There's a lot of jobs out there. There's a lot of things you're qualified to do. You don't have to accept whatever, somebody decides to give you or not give you. You have the power, the ability, their wherewithal to create that plan and to have other people fit into your plan. And if people are not fitting into your plan, well, then you have to let them go, That's just as simple as it is. So it's a little bit different energy than the last time we did a reading, is what I'm picking up. And it's because really the tarot is really telling you that, don't get, I guess, suckered in, or don't get pushed into a certain direction and feel like you have to be kind of under somebody else's thumb. It's the other way around. Other people are under your thumb. So other people need you more than you need them, is basically what this all boils down to. So you are in the driver's seat with this. You are the one that is in control. You just have to get a plan together. And the only way you're going to do that is to literally take some time, sit down, pen and paper, and literally just figure this thing out, once and for all. But you got to get mental clarity on it. If you don't do that, if you don't get the clarity on it, it's just not going to be, it's not that you're going to be in a bad situation. You'll still be in a good situation. You'll still be in control. It's just, it would be better for you. I'm picking up that if you had something kind of like, you have your desires written down, you have what you need, what kind of money you need to be making, that type of thing, and you have the plan put together. It's real easy at that point to take that plan and to put it in front of somebody and say, hey, look, this is what I'm trying to accomplish. This is what I need. Let's make it happen. And if people are saying, well, that doesn't really fit into my plan, that's okay, because that's their plan. If they don't want to, if you can't fit into their plan, then they're probably not going to have any use for you. But the same token, if they can't fit into your plan, you should really have no use for them as well. And see, that's what this whole thing boils down to. You're not at their mercy, they're at your mercy, is really what the spread is telling me. That's the action that needs to be taken. As far as the outcome goes, well, here it is. It's the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups, she is the persuasion. She's she's able to give the cups are about relationships, emotions, feelings, and she is the one that's able to put influence over relationships, put influence over things, and to have that kind of control and that kind of ability. It's a very subconscious, under the radar kind of thing. Most people are not, when you go to persuade them or try to get them to see the benefits of, joining your plan or following your plan, that's kind of true leadership. And that's what you're really looking for. So once you have that leadership on paper and you're kind of accepted that leadership and you have that ready to go and you have that plan in hand and you're the king and what you say goes, and people have to fit your plan, not the other way around, what happens as a result of that, your outcome becomes this. It's a wonderful, wonderful outcome. It's where you're in control of the relationship, that you're able to give influence. And most of the time, this influence is very subtle. It's more kind of an indirect kind of persuasion, an indirect kind of influence that you would have over the company you're working for, the supervisors, the bosses. And that really kind of under the radar kind of influence is some of the most powerful influence you can have. It's a lot better than being really direct. Right now, in the present moment, though, it's kind of a really direct energy, but it's direct in the sense that you need to just sit down, focus, write out exactly what it is that you're wanting, put it down on paper, and then that's going to be, it's going to lead into that outcome. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Probably a little bit different than what you had anticipated. It's a lot different than what I had anticipated when I was reading your question and everything. But yeah, I think you're going to be a lot happier with, once you set this plan down, you decide what it is you're really wanting. I kind of have the sense, or I'm kind of picking up or kind of feeling that maybe where you're at is fine. Is like you would like to be in this situation where you're at, but you want to be in this situation with better money, and better, just advances and different things and more leadership capabilities and that type of thing. I'm picking that up more because, but it's like you kind of feel like you're kind of disadvantaged with that. So then the other side of the coin is like you kind of have this feeling like, well, I'm probably going to get more money if I go with the other, the GMB. And if you do something more along the lines of that, then, hey, if it's your plan, if that's what you're wanting, and that's really the main thing, is to sit down, put pen to paper, create a plan, and carry that plan around with you. You fold that piece of paper up, you put it in your pocket, and you carry it with you. And when you go places or you do things, pull it out, keep reiterating that to yourself, and then what will happen is things will start to flow and you'll start to get the idea. That way, when you have interactions with either group, then things are going to really flow for you. Let's do one more card, and this is be our time card to kind of see like if the GMB is going to actually maybe connect with you, at some point soon, and kind of what what the thing is on that. So let's just pull this. Okay, here we are. So it will come, but you're just kind of waiting around for it, but it will come. So this is more like, yeah, it's going to be some time away. You're still looking at, I don't know, maybe 4, picking up the number 4, it's 4 of Cups, but it's almost like, yeah, it could be maybe 4 months, or even maybe a little bit less than that, kind of picking up, maybe 3 to 4 months, somewhere in that ballpark. I'm not quite sure exactly. It's kind of what I'm feeling, though. So we'll just have to wait and see a little bit more on the time on that. And if I pick up anything more, I'll definitely let you know on that. But that's kind of where the energy has hit me at, kind of with that. So there's that little bit of delay. You look at this card, though, you can kind of see like there's sort of this waiting around kind of almost impatient waiting around kind of thing. It's almost like a indication that, it's okay to wait. So like create this plan. You don't have to give anybody anything right now. Don't have to do renew a contract or anything like that until you're ready to do it. And you just let them know that you got something else that's in the works that could be coming down the line. And if you do that, and you're just kind of honest about it, I think that they will probably want to offer you more money. They may not offer it to you right away immediately, but as you're still with the company, and they're going to want you, as you're still with the company for the next couple months, 3 or 4 months, at some point, they're going to realize that if they don't give you more of what you're looking for to fit into your plan, you're out. So maybe that could be part of your plan. You might put like on paper, say, well, look, I'm going to stay where I'm at, give it 4 months. At the end of the 4 months, I'm going to go to the other company, or I'm just going to start looking for something else, that's going to pay better money. And that's going to be more in alignment with what, my plan is. And, include this kind of stuff like in your plan. And as you do that, that influence will start to populate. I mean, they're going to get the hint, right away. If they see you kind of like just kind of inching yourself away from the company a little bit at a time, trust me, that kind of subtle influence that you start to have is going to start to really play on them, and they're going to finally realize, we got to have this guy. We're going to have to pay him more money. We have to take him more seriously, and they're going to give you that respect and stuff that you deserve. And that's really the truth. Okay, so that's pretty much it, my friend. I hope you had a great day today, and everything's going to be good. So great reading, and we will chat to you soon. Ready, Bolt.